to go for Nuke and Dust 2, and Inferno was a pickup from Titan, no surprise there. But yeah, so they clearly feel quite comfortable on it. That was their third choice.
Okay, well, I hope we're gonna see a really good match out of them on both these maps. See if they can do what they did yesterday and almost beat Titan on Inferno. It was really close. The French team, though, look at this aggression coming up Banana very quickly as the Glock train in power. And Xard with some great headshots, 3 of them in a row, actually through the box. They're all through the plane as well. Oh my god, Natu jumping in here. And RPK will go down in 3D Max, crushing Titan. They derailed the Glock train. That really almost never happens.
Well, that's one way to get things rolling for 3D Max. That was incredible stuff. And I don't know how the mentality on the Titan side. Let's watch this back as well. Look at it, just dancing between it. And it was through the actual piece of wood as well.
Yeah, the wood panel, he just kept firing through. That is unreal.
Well, the UMP's coming in, and we do see the SMGs to boot. Natu repping that one. We see what this man can do with those unconventional weapons, I say. Quotation marks. This guy makes it work. But looking at 3D Max, the combination of these two on that B site was pretty damn powerful the last time we watched it. And it looks like they're already getting off to that very strong start here. But for Titan, Tech-9's P250, a little bit of armor in there. Nothing too crazy brought up. So just weighing up their options, it seems.
Yeah, they were going to go pretty aggressive, I think, but they ran into all those grenades, top Banana, so they kind of just slowed it down. Maybe a little bit disappointed that they couldn't power through. But I like the way Natu put it in that interview after the earlier match, where he said, well, if Lord Gaben has given us these rifles, then we're going to use them. If they're good, we'll use them. That's actually a very reasonable mentality.
Yep.
There's nothing worse than, I think, teams who impose rules on themselves, saying, well, out of some honor code, we're not going to use them. That is silly. If they're good, you should use them. And most teams seem to agree that they are quite good.
Yeah, and we've seen it certainly through play. The UMP, one of them that 3D Max is really championing above others, but actually Titan have broken through on towards B to the surprise of most of us. Great flash from Natu slows him down, and here comes across, but ducked under. The P250 actually reigns supreme in that one.
Yeah, big opening, and Titan allowed to get really far in across the map before they got discovered as well. Coron and Stonde, there's not a lot they can do except to try and save these rifles and get out of there. Want to make sure that they don't pick up any of the rifles lying around. So this is a smart little trick there, throwing them over the side of the map. But Titan with that kind of turnaround so early on, it's going to make it a little bit tough for 3D Max. And I mean, when they win the PS round in that fashion, they're going to be feeling so good. And then now, you know, it's a little bit of a roller coaster ride, emotionally speaking.
Definitely will be. A big reset coming in from any confidence momentum. RPK will be picked up in the end by Karam, but it's a very small silver lining to just at least taking away all the weapons from 3D Max. So 1-1, the match is paused currently. I think there may be an issue. It looks like maybe with 3D Max right now, they're just sorting some bits out. So hopefully it won't take too long. It hopefully wasn't a big issue that impacted that last round. I'd hope that it wasn't anything to do with that. As we do wait, we can kind of have a little chat about what you make, at least, of the UMP and such as well.
Well...
Is this a dangerous question, or...?
It is a dangerous question. No, it's not really. I keep saying this because people ask me all the time now. And with the AWP as well, I just want to see more of it. I feel like whenever a change comes out, a big change in Counter-Strike, the first reaction from the community is always like immediate, really passionate hatred for whatever is happening. And it's very easy for me as well to get carried on board that. I think, oh no, what are they doing? What's going on? So now instead what I've started doing is I just say, let me give it a couple of weeks. Let me give it a month to see what's happening. Because otherwise you get into this really weird position where you don't even get the pro players a chance to fully play it out. And the pro players will usually join on this train as well, where everyone is just sort of like, getting very focused on all the negative stuff. And maybe it's going to take a while. I mean, we've seen a couple of pros saying you're talking about the AWP, saying, well, actually might not be such a bad change after all.
Yeah, was it Nico coming out saying that?
Nico, I've heard a couple of other people say it as well. And yeah, I think it's a little bit, it's difficult sometimes because you do want to, especially when people are tweeting at you, you do want to be out there and saying, hey, here's my opinion on the latest patch. But sometimes it's maybe smart to take a while and sort of research it and think about it and then come up with a good opinion.
Yeah, I still think this is probably, I guess, one of the most up-to-date tournaments that will actually see the patch in full play.
Yeah.
I think it was featured maybe in a couple of others, but nothing to this extent just yet. So we are seeing the kind of full spec of how it affects games, who's really performing, who's embracing it. And so far, I don't think it's necessarily changed too much in the way the results at least come through. There's been a couple of rounds where you're like, wow, that's something that wouldn't have happened necessarily before. But it's not looking too bad so far. I don't think we've seen too much affecting these guys, but I think it was just an issue with TeamSpeak, so I think that's all resolved. The umpires will be coming in. But guys at home, of course, get your predictions through to us. We want to hear your thoughts. And let us know.
I don't know if everyone in the audience can see it, because obviously we do have the camera view in the corner there, but 3D Max were just saying, well, it's a TeamSpeak problem, and Existence was saying, take as much time as you want. So it's like, there's some good sportsmanship going on here, which is also nice. No pressure going on to it. So, third round finally coming up. And Tyson stealing away that second round with really good split onto the B bomb side, catching out a couple of early entry frags and making it work from there. This time it's a stack towards A from 3D Max and leaving Ixat over here. But this is kind of cool. He's got a Molotov and a smoke grenade, so he could buy a lot of time for himself. And he just wants to buy so much time that eventually Titan decide it's not worth it. Let's go back to A instead, where the stack is.
But they are getting pretty damn close, and they are looking like they might start to go for the execute. He still does have that molly tan, so that will be put in. At least stops him. I think he might have caught a glimpse of Kenny S there, but gonna have to fall back to that smoke, call it in, goes to the challenge towards Existence, gets the bomb down, picks up the MP9, carries on. Exat is not done just yet, and now to couple it with a Tech 9, that could have got even more disastrous.
That is mind-blowing, the good play from Ixat. The timing to put down those grenades is so hard to hit. If he's off by, I'm not joking, a quarter of a second, then they're through and they kill him, and that's the end of it. He has to be so precise. The bomb is dropped inside of yellow right now, so they can't even go and pick it up. Kenny and Maniac are in a really tough spot. If they had the bomb right now, maybe they could try and split up the 3D Mac forces and maybe go for an engagement, but they're just gonna save. Ixat playing way high level of Counter-Strike up there. I can't believe it.
Absolutely beautifully done. As you pointed out, the molly, the smoke, the timing around it, the way he utilized it as well. Unbelievable stuff, and those 2 kills coming in for him made such a difference, and they got the bomb on their side.
Right, so I'm pretty sure what he actually ended up doing is he threw his own smoke grenade right into the Molotov. You see it right there. So that means it pops instantly. If he doesn't do that, if he waits until the Molotov is actually gone out on its own, and then puts down his smoke, it lands and ticks a couple of times. Those couple of ticks, Titan won't wait for. They will push through, especially if they know he just has a pistol. They will just rush him down, and that's it. So he has to do it when it's still up. It's a very small detail, but it's very, very beautiful Counter-Strike. Great play on the Finnish side. 3D Max bringing it back.
It's just 3D Max just showing so much understanding of how they play this game, and even though maybe not as theoretically stratted as Titan, you see these small nuances that come out from players like that just show so much experience in these situations. And the aggressive play down Banana, truly gaining control. I think it was Devilwalk even mentioning he was hoping Titan would maybe focus a little more to get that later into the game. So let's see what they do down the line. But so far, looking at the way this one's panning out, we do still see the SMG with Natu, something that I'm growing accustomed to when he doesn't get the UMP at least. And on the other side of things, it's the Tech 9s and the saved AKs. So still looking for a pickup here. They are starting to edge towards quad, but I'm not sure if they're going to commit to this. They are backing off.
Still about 45 seconds. If they want to go back here, Ixat does have the other Molotov still in hand here. Gonna headshot one person running back, and Kenny just charges through, very nearly burns alive. And in the meantime, Stonder's made his way, gonna go up to Coils, try and see if he can pick someone off with the UMP. Titan are running out of time. What is going on here? 20 seconds, and they're going back to the A bomb site. Kron just needs to hide, and he can pretty much win this round just by the time.
He was outstanding when he played this before. Can he do it again? 10 seconds left on this board. He's already got one, but not going to get the follow-up. But everyone is back in place. 8 seconds. Where's the bomb right now? Kenny does have it. Bomb's gone down. 2v1. Kenny, 22 HP, gets himself tucked away in pit, so at least he's got a shot here on this one. Bomb planted for him in the standard spot. Spots out Stonder, takes the shot, but will he find Disturb? Goes for just a touch off. Disturb picking up 4, retaking into the site. Titan do get the bomb down, but in the end, 3D Max win the round.
That's a really close round. This is turning into this is a real brawl going on right here. They just keep trading rounds, or very nearly trading rounds. And if Titan can keep doing this kind of damage, even in rounds where they're going to lose it, still pretty good. means 3D Max will never have a really good economy going. And Titan, look at this. They know how much damage they did. They got the bomb plant. They're going to invest all of it into Tech 9s and Molotovs, so which I'm thinking probably going to be a B take with that many Molotovs.
Got to assume so, but then again, they're going up against Exart and Natu, who've been showing some pure class on that B side. So I want to see that again. Let's see the power of what we've got coming up. Nice flash showing down, just slowing down Titan. The Molly's going to cut off Natu. Exart is on his own. He's going to peek out with that M4. Going to be up against those Tech 9s. Does find Apex switching up to the pistol. Not going to get any more. Overwhelmed and shut down. But Natu holding back, and all in that time, Disturbed is here. He's ready. And the Tech 9s are going to surely be put to bed now. Yeah. Surely.
There's a good rotation coming from Disturbed. Very, very swift to try and help out there. And it's just, they were just waiting for him shooting at the sandbags. It's like rabid Tech 9s just won't go away. Smoke is incomplete there, but Karan is also flashed, so he can't really see. He's gonna get the kill anyway on Maniac. That's big now. Kenny, 1v2 here. He's got the double kill. Got 40 seconds left, so he's got a lot of time actually to play around with. How is he gonna get the bomb down? The best thing for him to do right now is actually to try and make it a 1v1 instead. And he's gonna flash, go into flowers. And it's a nice idea, but Karan was in the corner already, so that's 4-1, and no bomb plant, meaning Titan kind of can't risk it this time. They kind of have to eco.
And I've been so impressed with how quick Disturbed has been on these rotates. Left, right, and center, he's been going wherever necessary. You saw him last time, or round before that, should I say, picking up, I think, the 4-man, just cleaning out completely on the retake towards A. And he's shown that he can get there to be just as quick, just as smart, and just as potently. But Pistol's being dropped down, and it looks like Titan have yet to really get that full buy beside them, and now they're in the 6th round.
Yeah, because it's just funny because we always credit Titan for being like a really well organized and well structured team, and then you go back and see them in spawn and they're all looking for their pistols on the ground,
searching around, and the Glock fades everywhere. It's a hard life.
Maybe they were just looking for the one with the right skin on it.
See, maybe. Now I'm not gonna lie, I may do that occasionally.
Yeah.
Look, I like the Glock fade, what can I say?
Which AK do I want? The red line or the Vulcan that's on? Yeah, everyone has to make those hard choices.
The tough choices in life here. But Titan going to be trying to pick something out of this. 3 players still sticking with armor. Kiniestas have the head armor. Apex just going for the standard as his Maniac. So nothing too much with them. There is very little to work with here. 1 smoke, 2 flashes for existence, 2 for Kenny. And it looks like they're going to try and make a play towards A, and maybe a bit of a deep smoke towards Pit. But Karan adjusting round, waiting for the push out of Apps, and he's going to catch him in the heels, but Kenny stops him in his tracks. This could be dangerous.
Maniac also picking up a kill. Stunder and Disturbed finally coming into, and Stunder, I think it's the first kill of the game for him here. RPK, though, will take down Disturbed. Inside Stunder to fall. It's Exart left. 1v3 at the moment. Bomb goes down inside, 2 people in and 1 up in apartment. So he's walking into a crossfire, but he has got no choice any longer. Getting shot at. Maniac will take him down for a triple kill here from the Swiss player. And that is going to be a really, really tough round for 3D Max to lose. Because what's really interesting, actually, is that Karan, he was up in Graveyard, and if they'd been pushing out right when he was there, I wouldn't have been surprised if he got killed like he did, but he actually got himself into a great position and then still died.
It's almost like, I don't know if he was preemptively turning from a flash or saw something come towards him, because he kind of turned away and then went back to it, and by that point, they were halfway out, they were able to peek it, and it's put the CT side back in pretty much a questionable situation with money. A Deagle for Natu and P250 for Exart, so nothing crazy with them, but I still never doubt these guys when these things come up. They seem to play the current meta very well with whatever's available. But Kenny S finding the first there, so already picking up 1 kill. And you can see how cautious Titan are with this one.
They really don't want to throw anything away. Kenny's already opened up to get the 1 kill, and Natu up in bedroom. That Molotov was supposed to go in through the window and sort of burn him out. They just have got 1 more to force him out. Man, he can't catch a break.
No, that's a lot of commitment to get him out of there as well. 2 mollies used just to kind of deal with any threat that may be lurking in those apartments that we see so often, catching people out, just pushing in without thought. But a team like Titan certainly keeping everything considered here. But
I know Natsu's finish, and they love their saunas, but even that was getting too hot in there.
A little bit too much.
Too much.
The sauna was too hot for Natsu.
That's when you know it's bad. Stunder all the way in the back here, USPS in hand. RPK takes out 1, Stunder with a little bit of damage, so that's all right. But be nice if they could pick up just 1 more kill. Those very far away. And the money on 3D Max, how much have they actually got even after this round? That's what I'm wondering. It's gonna be tough, actually.
It's not great.
They might have to go for a double eco here.
Or will they go UMPs?
Yeah, we haven't seen many teams try that, but maybe someone has to be the first to do it. Maniac will get the kill. That will make it 4-3.
So I'm looking at, I wonder if they do go for the UMPs or if they do just double up. Let's see. Just waiting on them. At the moment, 3.5k. I think they're topping out. No, 4.7 on Natu, but that is literally it. I think they're going to be going for another eco here. And you can't really blame them on that point. They still have a round to work with. They're keeping toe-to-toe. Titan's certainly warming up.
Well, look at this. They got 5 grenades, so they are actually ready to explode a couple of Titan members if they can get the chance to. Where are they going to use them, though? They're all over towards quad right now. So Archway ready and waiting, and they're going to try and grenade middle. They see them. Grenade rains in. This one is a little bit too fast, still doing decent damage. Stunder will pick up a kill, and he burns alive right afterwards. But I thought for a moment they were going to do like a multi-grenade down towards middle. They just end up not doing it.
It's something they've certainly done before. They did it in the previous game, but favoring a little bit of a triple CT arch hold there and maybe trying to catch him as they're pushing up mid, but that molly just kind of cut off everyone else and no one could really join in on the nade that Stonda put out, which I think you said, did he go a bit too far or was it too short? I can't remember if he just didn't catch him enough really with that one either.
It just looked like he threw it over it was just a little bit over the actual rooftop, so he couldn't know what we knew, so there's no way, but he just thought they were a little bit further back.
Yeah, bit of a shame there, but Natu and Co will be working out that they push down, but just missing them as they start to breach around CT arch, but they're wrapping side. Corona is already tucked in here. Disturb's in pit, and everyone's behind them. 3D Max might get a little bit of a shot here on this one. Maybe not. Disturbed does get 2. Tagging up Existence. He could make this big. He can make 3 out of this one. Spots out Maniac, tags him up as well. Oh my god, these two are extraordinarily low, but dealt with in the end by Existence. But we had Existence down to 2 HP. Maniac on about 20 then?
Yeah.
Disturb gets a little scary in these situations.
That was very well controlled by him. What's really upsetting is that his two teammates coming in from middle, if they just got the 1 kill in, that would have been the round for 3D Max. So Titans should actually consider themselves very lucky they got away with that 1 round. Now, it's about even 4-4. The French side is going to be, they're going to be excited about this. They know that they're very close to having the base requirement for a good half here on the T side.
And I feel almost like this is the first time we're seeing 2 full buys coming out here. And actually, Kenny S being pressured extraordinarily hard down Banana. Nade to follow it. Maniac will deal with Natu, but Zart's still holding on. Molly's going to push him out of that little sandbag corner. Going to have to back up a bit. And already losing out on 1 man on B is certainly going to make it look a little weaker. But Apex and Kenny S taking a hell of a lot to get that 1 man down.
Yeah, they're really tagged up at the moment. Zart's alone in B, though. That is scary.
He has nothing as well to work with. He has no smokes and flashes now.
So how are you going to do? I mean, 50 seconds left. Still, he's been playing so well already. There's a lot to ask for, and maybe that's what they're thinking now. As time passes by, maybe we need to get a little bit closer. I kind of want to see Disturb get over there because he has the flashbang and the Molotov, but Corona is closer by, I suppose, and they're going to try and go for it here. 30 seconds, Titan. Molotov goes in. Xant has to move out into the fountain. Cool off his feet for a moment with the fish. Xant, first headshot, second one as well. Great work on him. That's probably going to help them win the round here. 20 seconds left. They have to get that bomb down quick, Titan. Backup is coming in quick from the 3D Max side. And they are low on health. This 1 grenade on Stonda, is it going to fly in behind new boxes? Doesn't connect with any other 2 players that are low. That could have been so big. Now Kenny's in position. Quick pick up there. Molotov not touching him yet. They're both coming in. Kenny misses that shot somehow, and he's going to end up going down. Still a 2v2. Some time still left on that bomb. Existence to pick up the 1 kill. He goes down to Stonda, and now Apex coming in. 17 health. Stonda tries to hold it inside the smoke he just put up, but Apex steals it. These rounds are so close, but somehow now they're tilting in Titan's favor every time.
And as you said, we look back at the pistol round that 3D Max had. They were a second away from maybe catching 1 kill up mid from, I think it was Natu and Xant on the rotate round with maybe the 5.7s, and then Disturb would have had it. And look at this again. Zant picks up 2 here pushing in, and then the rest was so low already, Apex and Kenny being the 2 who are alive. If that 1 nade had hit anywhere near, that could have ended completely different. But still, time starting to take control, and as you said, hitting almost that base requirement that you'd be happy with towards the T side on this map. Already getting 5 rounds in. Certainly looking a little bit more comfortable, pushing 3D Max down to just a very basic eco P250s and a couple of flashes. Nothing fancy from this one, apart from that 4-man stack. And the bomb is still at T-stairs.
Yeah, Titan perfectly content to just waiting around, but they are checking out what's going on at B, and once they killed Ixat, they've already had a couple of rounds where they realized he's sort of alone there. So now that they kill him, it's not unreasonable for them to go and check and see, and they're realizing there's no stack here. It's completely open. So this is not 3D Max making a mistake. It's a gamble every time you try and build up a stack in a bomb site. It just doesn't pay out this time.
Yeah, it's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. But Disturbed did at least get one down. I don't know if he got a gun for it. Actually, no, Stonda does pick up the AWP. So KennyS being down is going to gift them an AK and an AWP to work with. If they can maintain these, it's not the end of the world. But everyone's starting hunting. Oh my God, he turns away a second before the player walked out. That was Maniac just behind him. And once again, the seconds, the timing, Lady Luck is not with 3D Max in just some of these small situations. And Disturbed is going to try and hide away as the T side get very, very close by. I'd be impressed if he makes it out. Pre-fire from Maniac going to be dealt with. Molly to slow down the rest. Apex is going for it, but Disturbed will find. But somehow, just about managing.
Oh,
Jesus Christ, that was brave.
Disturbed is just playing incredibly well right now. I can't believe he actually, because you're right, he shouldn't have been making it out of there alive at all. It's not that much cover in this bedroom. You can shoot right through all the walls around it, so pretty damn impressed that he managed to do this and making it a really expensive round for Titan. So good job at least on that point. But now they need to make this 9-6. They got to come back and win the next 5 rounds in a row and close out this first half in their favor. Titan do have a lot of equipment and some money to work with as well, even if they lose a round here. Maniac ready, sprays on through, but Ixat's going to win the fight and follow up on Apex, who was down by the wood stacks. Now, and you can tell already, probably now to calling it back here. Now they can play it safe, and they will. Stonda taking down Existence as well. They don't have to risk anything at this point.
Yeah, that flash that came in that just slowed down RPK allowed Disturbed to get over back to this A site. He was actually supporting on B, but I guess you can't always depend on XR getting the double. But Kenny just nipping around towards CT Arch. RPK goes in towards the site. He was the magic man on this one before, but not right now. As Stonda doing brilliant work with the AWP towards CT Arch. Now KennyS left for 1v5, going to be stopped where he stood. As Stonda picks up a good round for himself. XR doing just the same thing. And this is where 3D Max can just, swings and roundabouts with these rounds. They either lose by a whisker or they win by a mile, it seems.
Yeah, I don't know. They have really a really solid holdover on Banana with those two players. Xart especially seems to be just playing really well. This game could have been very different at this point in time right now. It could have been 3D Max with a really good lead, like 7-4 lead right now instead. Disturbed will trade, but Caron comes in with a great double kill. Very important there, leaving 3D Max still with a 1-man advantage, which is big. Now Titan, they have so much time. It really does make a big difference if you get into this kind of situation and you have 30 seconds or you have more than a minute now. They can really walk around. You can see Maniac is just out looking. If he finds an opening, that'll be big, but Xart's going to win that fight at Banana once more. He's like a specialist player at this point.
He's certainly making a name for himself on the B site. There's so many players that probably have that B site title. It's a tough one to kind of live up towards. Anyone who does hold it is pretty legendary at it. You've got Crims out there. You've got Freiberg to a degree. Any of these players all kind of holding it. Neo. He's starting to certainly look just as, I wouldn't say legendary, but he's certainly showing some real strength in individual site holding himself.
Yeah. He's doing a really good job. It's not as easy as it seems.
God, no.
Especially in that really early round where he put up the smoke and the Molotov. That was such a neat trick. I mean, the thing is, stuff like that never really goes into a highlight reel because it's really hard to highlight someone throwing down a smoke into a Molotov. But it should. Someone should make a highlight reel of cool tricks, and that should definitely go in there. Or
specialist bomb plants.
Yeah.
That's another good video someone could make, right?
No, exactly. Or we
wall bangs.
Guardian, we saw Guardian earlier today planning in front of an enemy just because there's no time left. There's so many neat things like that that are sometimes much more interesting than headshots.
Well, certainly. Stonda taken down quite early on, though. He's going to be forced back to maybe a little bit more passive here. I'm not sure who actually managed that one. Down to 17 HP already, but...
I'm guessing it's someone with a Tech-9.
Yeah. Tech-9s are pretty powerful these days, it seems. And last time they did this, they actually caught the mount, but it was kind of switched around. Disturbed was in pit. Caron was up here. So I'm wondering if they're going to do the same thing. It did work out before. They actually were able to turn it, if I'm not mistaken, but Titan really do like to take their times in these. They're not rushing anything. And, well, Natu's actually heading back over towards B, so they've slightly weakened this A site.
Well, the way they're setting up right now, especially with the smoke coming in like this, they're going to go really aggressive out of apartments. And this is... I love this. I'm a big proponent of it, but it's so situational. It really does depend on how the CT's holding. And the way they're holding right now, 3D Max, they fall back eventually, Titan, but if they had gone for the apartments jump, it would have got crushed and destroyed immediately. Instead, Kenny's picked up an M4, and RPK still has that Tech 9 and armor. So there's a chance here. RPK does land the headshot undisturbed, but Kenny switched up for an AWP, and time is going to run out here. So if he can save it, still a big win for him.
Definitely will be taking down 2 and picking up the AWP out of that one. Not bad at all. And 7-6 is the overall scoreline. So 3D Max holding up, but I'm trying to think back to their T side of how well they played it. They certainly had prowess towards it, but I don't know if I'd want to see them on this sort of scoreline to begin with. You want to see them almost with that cushion if they want to show that they maybe learned from their mistakes of the previous matchup. But regardless of that, we are seeing those early smokes and mollies going down on Banana. This is the roasted Banana at the moment is Art and Natu just up there. That nade didn't quite make the connection, but he got a good chunk away from them, and I want to see how these guys hold this, because so far it's been an absolute masterclass at it. As Titan look like they can actually commit to this possibly.
They're going to charge through. They don't wait
Straight
for it.
through the molly.
Exadi's not ready for it. That's the timing, but he still picks up the kill. Natu there to help out as well. Wants to smoke it off here, and they're both going to go down. Kenny with the one pick off. What a battle going on over here. The timing from Titan, that should have won it for them almost immediately, but they managed to get 2 kills in. That's actually pretty good from 3D Max here. And Existence will go down. It's up to Kenny and RPK now.
And it's going to be a big one for them. Kenny then does take down Corone, so now 2v2. It's pretty much even on this, and the CT side not really getting much of a glimpse in here. Kenny just holding the angle, nothing real surprising, but that molly's going to come pretty darn close now, and Stonder's bullet will come even closer. RPK tucked into the corner. Bomb is ticking. Time is of the essence, and Stonder comes up, but do they have the time? It's going to be a close one, but I do believe it's 3D Max just at the end picking that round up. But I want to talk about that molly at the end then, because I'm almost questioning, did Titan actually speed up to run through the last part of that molly, considering how that last one went? Because that would be some wonderful foresight if it is.
Well, I think it seems slightly crazy, but it's kind of almost like it was textbook. Like, if you had to put it into words how to do it, it's for the exact effect that it was. Xat was on the other side ready with a flashbang, and that flashbang, he's probably going to do like an underhand throw right as it goes out, expecting to buy more time or to zone out a push so that some players get flashed and they sort of stop and the others keep pushing. And instead they just push through right at the end. It's just actually a very basic trick from Titan, but it's very cool.
It's brilliant to see. So, scoreline now, 8-6. No one really strapped for too much cash. Apex down to just the Tech 9, but he still has the head armor, smoke, and a flash. But Existence dancing a dangerous battle here. Going to push through towards that balcony, but getting caught up by Corona, who just wasn't flashed. I think he saw the flash drop and turned it. And now 5v4. 3D Max gave away nothing and gained pretty much everything. Tough now situation for Titan. I'm not sure what they can do with it, because I doubt Apex can get a touch towards that gun they just dropped, and already it's looking like another 3D Max round.
It is, and that would be solid work from the Finnish team if they could bring it back from the kind of scoreline that we had earlier on. Was it 6-5, I think? And we were looking for them to get, or 6-4 even. So we were looking for them to get 4 or 5 rounds in a row, and they've managed that much. Xat and Natu coming here with a great double spray down there. Maniac to fall, and 9-6 it is. This could have been like an 11-4 type scoreline in favor of 3D Max. So while I think they're happy they brought it back to this level, I think they also know that they were so much closer to doing even better.
There was so many rounds here and there that, as you said, could have gone either way at times, but 3D Max just losing out in the way they played through, whether it be down to just a second's timing, one tag here or there. There were these small moments that just didn't play into their favor at times, and a 9-6 scoreline isn't the worst in the world. I don't think they could be upset with that one. I just think that, as you said, it could have been slightly different, but I want to see what they bring on this T side. Now, Titan on the CT side, what do we make of their play so far? How's their performance kind of looking up? 6 rounds T side, they're not going to be too upset with it, I can imagine, but it was quite a tough one for them.
Yeah, there was so much back and forth in the beginning, but I think Titan definitely are going to be happy about this start. Also just because they've had some rough games earlier in the tournament, and they seem to sometimes crumble a bit when they're playing teams that they're maybe not as used to playing. So it's good to see them have a good start here. Disturb, though, opening up on Apex. Existence playing right at the edge of the card. It's the one-way smoke, and he picks up that kill on Exart and tries to fall back into the side. Backup is coming up as well, because they have a guy in middle, Maniac. He knows exactly where the rest of 3D Max is, and now it's just an all-out fight in this B bomb site. Coron to take down Existence, and Kenny will fall. Natu, long-range shot. Now RPK has to come up with big here. C-set 75 to take a headshot on Natu. Bomb is down. It's between him and Maniac to stop this round from 3D Max.
Eradicating the rest of those T players is going to be a tough one. RPK is down to 8 bullets now. Maniac does have the PT-50 in armor, so a little bit to work with here, but every single corner contains a 3D Max player. The Finns are holding on to this one. Caron does get another RPK, claims one on the way down, but regardless, it's 3D Max picking up the pistol on the second go of this. And gotta say, that was a very decisive push, but Existence, once he got that first on the edge of that smoke, I was thinking he may have this one. I get a little nervous seeing him there. He's done some brilliant work from that spot.
Yeah, well, absolutely. But, I mean, we saw earlier how the Glock was derailed. This time we saw, well, it works when it doesn't get derailed. You just keep going and don't stop. You have all the bullets in the world. So no reason really to slow it down. And 3D Max, look at this. It's actually... I've played matchmaking with Natu a lot, and this is something he says sometimes, just don't let go of like a W, just keep running, don't stop. So maybe that's what they're doing right now, just continue until you reach a bomb site. But Apex and RPK, C-set 75 is in hand, and they get a kill each. Natu finally returning with the UMP. Maniac wants to get close, running up quad. Can he get into a position here? He does. Maniac with the double. You gotta be kidding me. And then Disturbed. Triple in turn. Now it's a 1v1. Him versus Existence, and he's going to flash his way to victory.
Range, it's unreal. Even they're laughing about it.
I think that might have been the 4th or 3rd quad kill that Disturbed has picked up in this game alone, like in one map.
He's been really on
What's his kills like? How many kills has he got right now?
He's on 22 to 8.
Wow.
He's pretty much double everyone else almost.
That's crazy.
A good country mile ahead of everyone on the other side. But Titan certainly showing some brilliant work with the TZs before. I throw my mind back to seeing the likes of, I think it was Apex and RPK with a wonderful control of them. But 3D Max again, that W play just heading straight in, no messing around. They are plucking heads off of shoulders, and Titan are falling one by one. No threat this time coming in. Those CZs shut down quite early. They did take Exalt a little low, but all in all, holding on to what they've gotten. Existence kind of in an awkward predicament here. I don't think he's going to get much of a glimpse.
No. If he can hide here and catch people rotating away from the bomb, get a kill, that'd be good. But right now, the focus from the whole Titan team has to be on this upcoming round. They really need to make sure that they stop the Finnish pain train here, because it's getting way out of control at this point.
It definitely is. Existence has been toyed with. I don't know how much he's going to get. As you said, if you can get one on the way out, it wouldn't be the end of the world, but he will go down with nothing. Disturbed and Stonda will lose their guns, but they do have the money to buy back up. They are not in a bad spot here at all. Disturbed already on 9k, so he's pretty comfortable, to say the least. And as you mentioned, massive round for Titan now. Looking at the buy-up they've got, it's probably not what they'd ideally want to be in this predicament with, but they're going to have to make it work. 2 Famises, one with Apex, one with Existence, so one towards B. And actually, Apex already sitting over towards B, so 3 players there.
Yeah, the one diffuse kit there on Maniac, that's what they have. But I'm almost tempted to say the main important thing for Titan here is that they got the Molotovs and the smokes. And they can buy a lot of time with all these grenades. So even if on the other side they just have, MP9s, I'd still say they have a pretty good shot at doing it. But without the grenades, Inferno just gets so much harder to play. And you can see 3D Max want to get by as quick as they can. Great Molotov in there. It's going to force RPK back, and that actually creates a big opening as well. Natu will go down though. RPK with the opening, but Exart, quick return. Existence almost getting gunned down. Apex, is he going to come and help out at any point? They hear the plant going down, and he's going to stop it. Great move here. It's a follow-up kill from Apex, and now it is looking good for 3D Max. They could still do this, or good looking for Titan, sorry, but 3D Max might still be able to do this. Jumping out, Stonda very nearly getting burned alive. He can't get that shot off. Would have been almost too much to ask, so now it's on Disturbed.
I doubt anyone else, but Kenny will shut down the man who's been doing the magic for 3D Max. But a well-needed round for Titan, and as you said, the smokes, everything playing off very well for them then, and even though with 3D Max throwing everything at them, molly-wise, smoke-wise, a couple of kills going in for Apex here was pretty much pivotal to them as well.
Yeah, my worry was that actually the Apex was playing so passively that Existence was going to be in too much trouble for him to handle. But they had that really well coordinated, good communication obviously going out there, so... and he might have even been told, don't show yourself, just wait. I've got all their focus, and they think that they've cleared the bomb site and they're going to try and plant, so just leave it, be back there and then pop out at the right time.
Interesting setup here. So Natu and Zart combining up, the others as well, over towards A, and a bit of a mixture with the guns, only 3 of the T side. Gonna go back towards the AK, the Tech 9 and P250 for Stonda. Let's see what they can do with it. They're not really committed just anywhere. And the one thing I give credit to Titan with is how long they hold on to these smokes and flashes and the molly on Maniac. They certainly run the clock pretty darn low, and it takes a little bit of nerve. And Kenny does take down Corona. They're peeking out a boiler, not going to find much from it. But Natu, XR, and Stonda starting to eye up that B site. RPK is there. You can see Existence pushed a little further forward, and I think they hear the bit of a jump then surely called out, and the tag's coming through. Existence buys more time, and they're down to 30 seconds now.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right. That is really late smoke timing. Like, once you get past the 40 seconds mark and you still have smokes, and they have a Molotov on Maniac, although he's at the wrong bomb site, but it's still pretty damn good. Now, Titan can't make too many mistakes here, and they're going to try and hide in the back. Really powerful setup. The crossfire going out here, and Disturbed to fall first. RPK with a pick up. The bomb is down. Double kill for RPK, and Existence to clear it out. That's pretty much textbook. You can just record that right there, and anyone asking in the future, how do you play B bomb side Infernos? Right there.
You've got a wonderful display, and as you said, I love the way they kind of sat back passively. They are literally running that clock so late. I think the round ended at around 9 seconds once everything was kind of done and dusted. We ended it there. It was like every smoke, every molly, every flash, everything was put down. And by the end of it, 3D Max had to commit. There was no two ways about it. There was nothing more to be said, but Kenny deals with Karan pretty down well. But he's going to be pressured by 4 players now, pouring around towards CT Archie. Has the CZ to switch up to. Disturbed has already found Maniac, but Apex there to bail him out. Gonna go for Natu, gonna find it. Bomb is down, and now Disturbed 1v4. He's already got 2. I'm starting to worry now.
Well, it's certainly very annoying for Titan because they want to get out of these rounds with so many people, well, everyone alive ideally. And Disturbed is making that really hard for them. Round for round, he's just taking off more and more players. Almost a third one there at Kenny. Walked right into it. Money situation though is pretty good for Titan in spite of losing these players. They're not. It's not perfect, but they can certainly lose around and they'll still be able to put together some sort of buy. 3D Max, the lead they had slowly shrinking now, down to a 3-round lead. They're running out of money themselves.
They certainly are. This is a big investment for them, and they do really need this to start paying off. So far, they've been kind of bullied and broken throughout this game, not being able to speed up their plays at all, just being held where they stand. Kenny with an early look towards B, but rotating back. Apex holding on towards that CT arch. Smoke up towards quad comes out. I don't know if they're lining up the flash through towards mid, and I think they are. Did he commit through? They are. They're going for it. They're going to play through that, and Apex has already fallen back to sight. These guys retract instantly to hold slightly more passive, slightly deeper angles, and force 3D Max to fully commit before they even see a CT player.
Oh, great flash from a teammate all the way over the rooftop. So hard to see if you're on the terrorist side, but quick trade happening. Natu taking out Apex. Kenny taking out Disturbed, who's the top frag on 3D Max. That has to be a good kill. Kenny almost getting caught. He will get caught by Natu. And the RPK comes through. That's the bomb. Maniac as well with the kill. And RPK picking up the double now. Stonda alone. Oh, this is not looking good. And he almost gets speared on Maniac 7-4, jumping down from there. 12-10. And this is now really tricky. They're out of money on 3D Max, so best they could do is a couple of pistols here. But Titan they're right back in the game.
They definitely are, and that one pickup of a kill, RPK I think was coming through the back, getting the player of the bomb. Brilliant stuff, and now we do see Titan starting to build real momentum throughout the CT side, showing that they can compete and maybe giving 3D Max those little flashbacks to going, please don't let this end like the last one. That nade taking Zart and Natu down so very low, so very early on.
Ouch.
Look at that, these flashes are just holding them there. They literally can't make it up halfway through this map by this point.
You gotta wonder what what is Natu cooking up for the upcoming round? I mean, this one, if they could get a bomb plant or anything like that, that would be huge for them. But that's obviously not happening. Existence. Look at this ace coming out in the eco round, and that was very well controlled. Getting an ace with an M4A1 is actually not so easy.
Beautiful. Every single bullet went to place.
Yeah, perfect.
I want to watch this back. Look at it. Literally reserving bullets for those three was stunning. I didn't think the fourth was going to come in as well, but closing out there in the end with the P250, that was something to beautifully enjoy.
3D Max, the 4 Molotovs, one of them already being used to clear out top banana to see if they can get that control in. 3 left. I'm wondering if we are going to see. They've already shown us a couple of times that they are willing to do it on the finish side, try and burn out the B bomb site. They were quite good at holding it. Maybe they're going to be just as good as at taking it.
Already been kind of shoved back there, and 3D Max very tentative. I haven't really seen them making these beautiful plays just yet, but I'm hoping that they can make something work. But Kenny not really connecting here, sadly. Going to back up and depend on the likes of RPK to hold him close and dear as well, maybe 3D Max have found a way in. Will they commit for this one? Will they actually go for this? It's down to 50 seconds. Kenny has adjusted, caught a glimpse. It's Apex pushing forward. Flash may just come over the shoulder. It does, and he's going to go for the peak. He's going to catch him off guard. Gets down one. He knows they're there, but can't make any more of it. Natu stops him in his place, and now Kenny is still holding the same angle. The T side could not break through either side there. Quad was off, and so was CT Arch. They're making their way back around towards B, but they're down to 30 seconds again. This is rinse and repeat almost for Titan.
And there's a crossfire waiting for them. They will try and break up that crossfire with the smoke towards CT spawn. They're jumping through. They get the 1 kill. RPK, though, will go down as well. Look at the damage he did. Now Two's picked up a triple, but this 2v2 is definitely favoring Titan in terms of the health. But that bomb ticking away. And there's not, well, there's 1 grenade, a couple of flashbangs, I guess, on Titan's side. Maniac with a good headshot there to put an end to Natu. Now Stonda has to come up huge here. 3D Max need this round so much. There's a first kill happening. Kenny now coming through. It's AWP versus AWP, and clock is ticking. Stonda just has to buy time and wait for it in the back. He doesn't have to challenge this. Kenny knows it. Charging in, he gets the shot, but look how far away the bomb is. He's going to be there, I think, just in time.
That was a little close then. Kenny just bringing out the CZ, bounding forward and picking it up in the end. Stonda, though, with a little bit of a cheeky shot towards the end. And I think it was Maniac he ended up picking up with the first. And it did come down to it. But 12-12 now. 3D Max going to be pressured. And Titan, look at that run of rounds they've had. It has been formidable so far from the French side. But can they start closing out? And the money as well on Titan is pretty drastic here.
It's crazy to see how close 3D Max keep getting to winning the rounds and then just falling short with 1 or 2 kills. That says a lot. Titan is the sort of team that against, I mean, sometimes even against better opponents could lock out the terrorist side and just try and, you know, not even let them get in here. But it keeps coming down to these really close battles.
How many rounds were won out by, you know, a 1v1 or a 1v2 in the end has been something I'd probably like to look back at and see how many times 3D Max got denied it. But yeah, it's showing the power of Titan, you know, even as individuals. They are such strong players. And you see it time and time again here. And now Disturbed trying to do maybe what Existence was up to when we saw Titan on the T side, just lurking through, trying to find maybe an opportunity towards that pit area. RPK was just on the other side, but Kenny now holding such a close angle. He's going to just peek out and find Natu. And the flash comes through. He's going to go back for it. Apex is there to support. And once again, Titan locking things down. DZ comes out to play and the CZ connects. And this is just starting to look a little bit weary for 3D Max.
Yeah, no fun at all. A lot of confidence on Kenny, though. And RPK eventually will take down Exata, who's going a little bit crazy down in the pit with the AK spraying away there. Now Titan have struggled and fought their way back and now have taken the round lead at 13-12. They have 5 Molotovs and 5 smoke grenades, which means if 3D Max try and slow play this somehow, they'll pretty simply run out of time. They need to do something that I think is a little bit quicker. They need to force Titan to use these grenades really early on so they don't just get to play passively and hold on to them.
The worry now is there was originally 3 players on B and it's RPK and Existence, and sadly for 3D Max, they're just having 0 chances, no opportunities, and Kenny even getting a little aggressive, going to go straight into it, fully flash still surrounded, goes for those, doesn't get it, Stonda breaks in, finally 2 go down, and it's Existence holding on, but the smokes, the flashes, he's going to be finally away from it. He doesn't have it to play with. Maniac and Apex, however, do. Where are the T-side going to go? A minute on the board. You want them to speed up. They have. And they've maybe got a chance in this, but the HP is already so low.
Yeah, it's trickier now because they've wasted so much time, or they've been forced to waste so much time. So rotation already come in here from the Titan side. They will kill Apex. Are they going to realize there's one more person in here? Hiding in the background is Existence. Flash on in. They do see him. They do kill him as well. Stunned with a triple kill. Great opening. A Maniac. He's running for it, but I'm not sure why. I can't see him winning. He's got the money to throw the rifle away if he wants to, but this should be a sort of situation where you just kind of leave it.
I wonder if they just want to try and really add insult to injury more than anything. If any of these T-sided players actually lose out on these guns, I'm not sure what situation they're in. Not particularly fantastic money-wise, so it could be maybe struggling a little bit later down the line, but as you said, Maniac doesn't really need to go for this. I doubt he's going to get much out of it. And I think he's aware of that now. Just holding to see if anyone would come down towards that CT spawn. Maybe get a cheeky frag on the way out, but nothing to be found there. And finally, 3D Max break back in towards this game, but it did take a hell of a lot of rounds to do so. Back-to-back wins there coming in for Titan. That's surely going to be tough now for 3D Max to build off of.
Now, how much do they have to win? I mean, 3D Max kind of almost have to just close out the game here and win the next 3 in a row, because if Titan get even one round into this point, it's going to reset the Finnish economy so badly that it'll be quite hard to deal with.
Round 27, 13-13. On paper, I probably would not have thought this would be so close. But looking at Titan here, sometimes not underperforming, but certainly struggling, but Apex certainly not. Until then, Karun does break in, does get his a bit of a foot in the door, but Maniac dips down towards the bottom of the pit. Disturbed does go leaping forward, but Disturbed just wins out, but still standing at 2. Disturbed and Gazant. Flash comes through, allowing the bomb possibly to go down here.
Yeah, important bomb plant. Any little bit matters here. Just a little bit more money on their side. Even if they can't win it here, it's going to be a tough hold for them, especially now. Disturbed goes down. RPK takes him down through the truck. And there's the defuse happening. So, pretty nice idea for 3D Max. And they very nearly caught a good timing. Because what happened with Titan this round is actually 3D Max have been going towards B so many times and really quickly that this time Titan actually had 3 members at B early on. And one of them was sort of quickly just there to check, okay, no one's there, then they rotate back. If 3D Max push A while that's going on, they find only 2 people on A and are very likely to take it, and it almost worked out for them. But they got slowed down a little bit, especially as you said, Apex just got that early kill, and they had like some counter flashes going into quad as well that just bought enough time for the rest of Titan to regroup. But it was actually a really good idea from the 3D Max. They realized themselves that, wait a minute, we've probably conditioned them to the idea that we're going to be so aggressive on Banana. Why not try and switch it up? Good grenade from RPK onto Corondo. He's going to be somewhat low, and an absolute must-win round for 3D Max. If they lose this, it's almost all going to be over.
Yeah, it certainly will be. You can see they've tried to scrape together everything they can. Disturbed is down just to their tech number as well. So not great here. As Apex coming back over towards A. Maniac push forward into apartments. 3D Max just desperately looking for any opportunity, and there's just none to be found.
It's rough at the moment. Maniac's position also means he can hear there's no one pretty much anywhere, so they're rotating a 3rd person over into B. Got pretty much no defense going on at A, except for Abs and an Archway, but it's really light at the moment. They're going to try and rush their way through Existence with a great double, and Stonda finally returning. Apex is there, bomb is dropped. It's a double kill for the French player, and now Disturbed is alone. This is probably for the map.
Pretty much with you on that one, and that positioning was, as you said, brilliantly done. Titan do close out, get themselves onto map point here. 15 rounds now in their pocket. 3D Max stuck around that 13 marker, and it's just becoming such a struggle for them, and it was just every single piece falling into place for Titan. And as you mentioned, Maniac up in those apartments, making sure there was nothing towards A. He knew he could hear them if they did come up second mid. They made a bit of a play towards it, and they were able to just allow Apex to rotate over so fast, and the work he did was pretty much picking up where Existence left off, so it was brilliant. Now this time, Maniac hears a little bit of what's up. Already, Kenny S coming back over towards A, leaving just 2 on the B side, and now Maniac gets the damage done, but not the kill. Existence dealing with Zart. Solo onto B, stunner from Natu comes in. That could be the chance they need, but there is still Apex. What can he do here?
Well, he gets the one in there. He's going to get shot down from Disturbed. Well played. I guess overtime is still a definite possibility here. And Kenny wanted to run back into Archway, but he actually got tagged from Nato, so he couldn't make that run work. Otherwise, we've seen him do it 100 times. He takes the shot, and then he's back around the corner before you can really catch him. But not if he's tagged. So RPK, well, Existence going to go down first, so it really will be all down to RPK here. 3 people to kill, and he's, yeah, going to have to try and run through a smoke to do it. He decides it's not worth it.
Definitely not. Money not necessarily the issue, but he could easily just drop for someone else, and he might just not fancy going into the absolute lion's den there. So RPK will live to fight another day. And 14-15, the chance of overtime is looking a little bit more likely. But this is the first time I've seen 3D Max truly break through towards A and having that many players left alive by the end of the bomb plant. And looking at the buy-up, let's see what the T's can bring out. Zart is a little bit low on money there. I don't know if someone can drop for him. I think he's going to be able to get an AK at least, and he will do. And the same can be said over for the CT side. Fully bought up. Maybe not everything they would have wanted, but certainly enough here to bring the same sort of performance they've been having throughout this game. And this is the big round, isn't it?
Yeah, Disturbed has just reached a 30 bomb as well. Just dropping that casually against Titan. He's been playing the game of his life right now. It's incredible. And we'll see what they can come up with. They do go for the 2 people clearing out abs, and that is important because we saw earlier how much it mattered when Maniac was up there and was able to relay the information that not much is really happening on this side of the map. So now Titan are limited on how much they know. We'll see if 3D Max can actually use that to put up some sort of B execute, because they could do that more safely now if they wanted to. Apex looking on top of the smoke to pick up the kill, gets the double as well. Stunner with a good return, but Kenny is there on the cross to pick out Stunner. And now all Titan have to do is play this one safely, and they'll be home. They'll be home.
Devastating for those pushing through. And now the final blow will be dealt by Kenny. They do pick up map number 1, 16-14. And it was just fizzled out by that little bit of a boost, putting Apex up on that corner, picking up 2 as they pushed in, and nothing could have been done about it.
Yeah, what a game as well. I mean, 3D Max is showing some real class right now. So much talk going back and forth once they lost Alu, because obviously he was such a high-impact player. But it's been working really well. Xart back on the team, and Stonda doing good AWPing when it matters. It's very interesting.
Yeah, Stonda has been having a great tournament so far. A little bit quiet, I guess, with the AWP in that game, but it's not like they had great deals of money on their second half, so they're kind of working with whatever they could. But all in all, I've got to say, I've been very impressed with how he's performing from start to finish. And he was keeping up with the likes of Freeze, who had an outstanding game on Nuke. He kind of made the big difference there for 3D Max, and it's good to see him still being able to keep up to par. But all in all, what do we make of the first map in quick summary?
Oh,
if you can, it's a tough one.
It was anybody's game. I'm trying to count now. I mean, now when it goes down to the 30th round, you try and think about how many rounds 3D Max were in a 1v1. And if any one of them had gone their way, that's it. They take Inferno instead. It was crazy close. So that says a lot about the Finnish team. I'm really impressed. Really impressed by Disturbed. He's really stepped it up.
He has, and he wasn't necessarily the outstanding player in the previous game, so it's good to see him really stretching his legs in this one and kind of showing that he can be just as imperative as everyone else in that team. So, guys, we're going to take a very short break, but when we're back, we will be having Dust 2 coming up, a map that we haven't yet seen. And, well, 3D Max looked confident on it before. Let's hope we can see it again. So, guys, back in a sec.